Hi there, students. So, welcome back to class. Yeah. Now that we've done hypothesis testing in class, we know that when we have one sample and we want to do hypothesis testing on the data, there is one of two tests that we must decide is most applicable to our data. The two tests that we have to decide between is the Z-test, and the Z-test is used when your sigma is known or your population standard deviation is known. And by implication, you don't know your sample standard deviation. The T-test, on the other hand, is used when my sample standard deviation is known and I don't know my population standard deviation. The steps to both of these tests are identical except when it comes to reading of the table, because you'll be reading of different tables. For the Z test, you'll be reading of the normal distribution table, and for the T test, we'll be reading of the T table. Okay, so the first step to approaching this one sample hypothesis testing is to read our question. And we'll go ahead and we'll read this question, which was taken from an exam. It was the midterm in 2013, second semester exam, and it reads as follows. The freezing point of natural milk is normally distributed with a mean of minus 0.545 degrees Celsius. The standard deviation of the freezing temperature of milk is known to be 0.008 degrees Celsius. Then the question continues. A cheese company is interested in determining whether the freezing point of their milk is different to that which would be expected from the freezing point of natural milk. So basically what this is saying is that cheese company wants to find out if their milk is different to the known values of freezing milk. So this known values, which I refer to, is the mean, which is a population parameter, and the standard deviation that's associated to that mean is also a population parameter. So we have two population parameters there. It goes on to say that you need to test the hypothesis at 5% significance level using the information that the cheese company sampled 25 units of milk and found an average freezing point to be minus 0.550. So, taking all of that into consideration, I think it is wise that we first start listing our information. What do we know? Let's see, we know mu is minus 0.545. We know that population standard deviation, or sigma, is 0.008. Based on the sample, we know that x bar, let's fix that bar, is equal to minus 0.550. And there we can already see that the sample gave us a different mean to what is known about the population. The question asks, the cheese company is interested in determining if the freezing point is different. So that doesn't ask, is it greater than or less than? It basically wants to know, is that sample mean different or is it the same? In other words, is it equal to the population mean or is it different to the population mean? And that tells us what type of test, one of the attributes about the type of test that we're going to use. We are going to have an equal to sign in our null hypothesis. But let's decide whether we're going to use a Z-test or a T-test. Because we are not given the sample standard deviation, this is going to have to be a Z-test. And because we are going to have an equal to sign in our null hypothesis, it will be a two-tail Z-test. That would be most applicable for the starter.